family. We're back with another video. I'm gonna tell you right now. Go ahead, put your seatbelt on, get comfortable, grab whatever you need to get, take your time. It'll be a smooth ride. I'm gonna walk y'all through this one. It's going down in Prophet's town. Halal. Oh, wow. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a note in the comments. This is beyond a wave surf. I don't know what to call this one just yet, but we gonna find out. I mean, you can't make this up. This real deal Nagaville. The Most High is moving. If you haven't had an opportunity, check out short sermon number 2. It'll help put this in perspective. Guaranteed. Halahua. Let's rock. Alright, let's get into it. There is no direct one-word Hebrew equivalent for apocalypse, but the concept is often translated as Kazan Akarit Hayamim, meaning vision of the end of days. Vision of the end of days. Kazan Akarit Hayamim. We're not talking World War III. We're not talking Jacob's trouble. We're talking visions of the end of days. A revelation, an unveiling. Kazan Akarit Hayamim. Apocalypse. Now we're going to break that down a little further, word by word. Kazan Akarit Hayamim, meaning the vision of the end of days or apocalypse. Kazan, meaning a noun, vision, divine communication, prophecy. It can refer to a sight, a dream, or a revelation. Akarit, also a noun, meaning the last or end part, the future, the outcome, or posterity, which signifies an absolute end. Hayamim, on the other hand, is a definite article and a noun, meaning days. In this phrase, it functioned as an idiom for an extended period of time. Kazan Akarit Hayamim refers to prophecies about the future, often focused on the destiny of Israel and the world. So again, we're not talking World War III, we're not talking Jacob's trouble, none of that nonsense. We're talking a revelation, visions of the end of days, an unveiling, a revelation from the Most High. And we're going to get it today. Halahua. Let's rock. Malak, meaning angel, a noun. Malak, angel, an angel of the Most High. When we're talking Malak or Malakim, angels, we're talking goons of the Most High. We're talking hitmen, mercenaries of the Most High, not to be played with. I have 2 specific references of Malak, not to be messed around with. Guaranteed. That is a big mistake. Malak, an angel.
There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then Nebuchadnezzar in his rage and fury commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now, if ye be ready that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made, well. But if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake, and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than it was wont to be heated. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake, and said unto his counselors, Did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, True, O king. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace, and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire. And the princes, governors, and captains, and the king's counselors, being gathered together, saw these men, upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was an hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them. Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who hath sent his angel, and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word, and yielded their bodies, that they might not serve nor worship any god except their own God. Therefore I make a decree, that every people, nation, and language, which speak anything amiss against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other God that can deliver after this sort.
Blessed be the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants who trusted in him. The Most High directs his messengers to preserve those who fear him, thereby magnifying his own glory before the nations. The Most High directs his messengers to preserve those who fear him, magnifying his own glory before the nations.
Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his windows being open in his chamber toward Jerusalem, he kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day, and prayed, and gave thanks before his God, as he did aforetime. Then these men assembled and found Daniel praying and making supplication before his God. Then they came near and spake before the king concerning the king's decree. Hast thou not signed a decree, that every man that shall ask a petition of any god or man within 30 days, save of thee, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions? The king answered and said, The thing is true, according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which altereth not. Then answered they and said before the king, That Daniel, which is of the children of the captivity of Judah, regardeth not thee, O king, nor the decree that thou hast signed, but maketh his petition 3 times a day. Then the king, when he heard these words, was sore displeased with himself, and set his heart on Daniel to deliver him. And he labored till the going down of the sun to deliver him. Then these men assembled unto the king, and said unto the king, Know, O king, that the law of the Medes and Persians is, that no decree nor statute which the king establisheth may be changed. Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel, and cast him into the den of lions. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, Thy God, whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. And a stone was brought, and laid upon the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own signet, and with the signet of his lords, that the purpose might not be changed concerning Daniel. Then the king went to his palace, and passed the night fasting. Neither were instruments of music brought before him, and his sleep went from him. Then the king arose very early in the morning, and went in haste unto the den of lions. And when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living God, is thy God whom thou servest continually able to deliver thee from the lions? Then said Daniel unto the king, O king, live forever. My God hath sent his angel, and hath shut the lions' mouths, that they have not hurt me. Forasmuch as before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt. Then was the king exceeding glad for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no manner of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in his God.
My power sent his angel. That's what Daniel told him. My power sent his angel and shut the mouths of the lions. We're talking Malachim here. An angel shut the mouths of the lions. The Most High is not playing about his people. He definitely wasn't playing about Daniel. The Most Highest of hosts, the greatest power, sent his angel. Moving along, O Jacob. We're just talking Malak here. In this version of Malak, same spelling, we're talking ambassadors, angels, kings, and messengers. Specifically of the Most High, an angel, also a prophet, priest, or teacher. So you can't have one without the other. They're literally spelled the same. A noun, a messenger of the Most High, an angel of the Most High. In this case, a prophet, priest, or teacher. But you can't separate angel and messenger. You can't separate the two. Malak is one and the same, O Jacob. The Most High sent them. The Hebrew term Malak occurs about 213 times in the Old Testament, denoting any messenger sent by divine or human authority. Context determines whether the messenger is earthly, an envoy, prophet, or priest, or heavenly, an angelic being. Scripture consistently depicts these messengers as instruments through whom the Most High accomplishes his purposes in revelation, protection, judgment, and redemption. Scripture consistently depicts these messengers as instruments, O Jacob, instruments of the Most High. Messenger, Malak, is one and the same. They're instruments. The Most High is playing instruments through them. This brings me to my next point. We're talking dragons in America. You're talking Malak, you're talking dragon. Again, it's one and the same. Angels, messengers, dragons. A noun, Drakan. Dragons in America. Let me know what you think, man. Put a note in the comments. We're going up on this video. Let me break it down for you, O Jacob. I got you. Dragon Canoe got you. We're talking nouns here. Malak is also a noun. Dragon is also a noun. A word used to identify any of a class of people. A noun, meaning a person, place, or thing. Specifically, a person, or a word used to identify any of a class of people. We're just connecting the dots here. If you're talking dragon, you're talking nouns. In this instance, a fierce, violent person, male or female, as this man or woman is a dragon. You got Malak, meaning angel, meaning messenger, meaning dragon. And they're all what? Nouns. A person, a fierce, violent person, male or female, as this man or woman is a dragon. I told you, Malak, an angel, a messenger, a destroyer, a jackal, a mercenary of the Most High. If the Most High sent him, stay out the way. You don't want to get in the way of that person, male or female, as this man or woman is a dragon. And now, for my grand finale, we're staging an awesome pageant here. In 1946, Giles Healy, a young American photographer exploring a Maya site in southern Mexico, stumbled across a curious building hidden by jungle growth. Inside, on the walls of 3 vaulted rooms, he found a series of faded, half-obscured murals that apparently told a ceremonial narrative, beginning with a ritual procession and climaxing in a sacrificial dance, the ultimate ghost dance. Healy's find turned out to be one of the greatest single discoveries in the history of Middle American archaeology. A team of scholars and artists descended on the site, which was given the name of Bonampak, Maya for painted walls. For months, they painstakingly copied the 1100-year-old murals, reconstructing them in their original, vivid colors. Original. The result is a rare portrait of a group of ancient Americans as they actually looked and lived, chatted with each other, dressing in magnificent costumes, and acting out a brilliant, often fantastic, pageant to propitiate their gods of the earth. We're just staging an awesome pageant, oh Jacob. In the first of the 3 rooms in Bonampak's main building, a continuous mural around the sloping ceiling reveals a scene of bustling activity as the Maya prepare for a ritual procession honoring their gods of fertility and the earth. In the 2 odd-shaped tall panels on this page, above 14 white-robed aristocrats, stand waiting in a row beneath the grotesque masks of a snake-headed rain god and other deities. In the triangular panel to the right, the halak eunuch or head chief sits in casual dress atop a massive stone table. He looks back to give orders to a servant holding a child, probably the chief's son, who is being allowed to watch the goings-on. Sharing the dais to the right of the chief is his wife. Another high-born woman sits with them, while a pair of servants attend below. In the panel at the far right, other servants are seen dressing 3 of the chief's war captains, who stand on the low platform that runs through the scene. Already outfitted in splendid jaguar skins, heavy jade necklaces, earrings, and wristlets, they are getting the finishing touches, including gorgeous hoops of sacred green quetzal feathers attached to their backs. In the long frieze covering the walls below, these same 3 captains take over the center of the stage as the colorful procession moves in from the sides. Preparations for the ritual revolve about the head chief, as lesser noblemen are dressed by servants or stand waiting for the ceremony to begin. 8 of these aristocrats are seen in the detail below. The small rectangles above them, made to receive the mysterious glyph, writing seen elsewhere in the murals, are blank, Apparently, the artist could not record who they were or what they said, so they say. A raid for victims. Murals in Bonampak's second room reveal the next chapter of the narrative, as well as the Maya artist's stunning mastery of composition and movement. After their ceremonial procession to the gods, Bonampak's warriors staged a surprise raid on an enemy village to capture prisoners for the all-important ritual of sacrifice. Waving clubs and blowing trumpets, they are seen here falling on their victims, whose lack of weapons show them to be totally unprepared. At the upper right is the chief, clutching a captive by the hair. His battle dress includes his marks of rank, a jaguar headpiece, tunic, and anklets, and a spear wrapped in jaguar skin. His three captains stand protectively nearby, spears at the ready. In this scene, one wears a jaguar figure as a headpiece, another quetzal feathers, and the third a crocodile head. Celebrating the final rites. Bonampak's story draws to a close in the murals of the third and last room. As the prisoners are led to their fate, the Halik eunuch seats himself on a ceremonial dais and completes the long hollowed ritual by pricking his tongue, adding his own blood to the offerings being made to the gods. The scene combines the rigors of Maya ritual with a few ordinary distractions of family life. The chief's wife sits stiffly at the left talking to a woman who stands behind the dais. Another woman kneels behind her, while a servant below her cradles the royal child. A male attendant kneeling at the right holds a second, bloodletting implement for the chief's use. Meanwhile, atop the mural at the right, four dignitaries attending the ceremonies sit cross-legged in animated conversation while they wait. Below them, as the gourds rattle and the trumpets sound, the final procession begins. Musicians and attendants led by standard bearers carrying devices of brightly colored feathers match to the scene of sacrifice. Two members of the orchestra blow long wooden trumpets. Are we talking shofars? And two others await their cues, while other players shake gourd-like rattles. The other scene, the chief and his ladies robed in long gowns of white cloth sit on a large stone table for the bloodletting rite. A spiked ceremonial vessel lined with strips of bark paper awaits the contribution of the chief, who is seen pricking his tongue with a sharp thorn or bone. Painted across one side of a doorway, the Uaxtun mural depicts the family members of a 5th century court. Visitors arrive at left, women gather in a palace chamber beside an empty home. Musicians attend at the far right. We're talking painted across one side of a doorway. This depicts family members of the 5th century court. You be the judge. Let me know what you think. Leave a note in the comments. These look like Nagas to me. Like a Maya pot, this painting at Calakmul is framed by a red border. Rarely does a Maya woman dominate a scene the way this powerful lady in blue does. Again, you let me know what you think. You be the judge. You be the judge. In this reconstruction of Room 1, Bonampak lords receive visiting dignitaries in white capes amidst musical entertainment. From within a throne room, the Bonampak king accepts tributes of shells and chocolate. Following a battle, warriors on the north wall of Room 2, Bonampak, triumph over dead and dying captives on a monumental staircase. The king stands frontally, just off center, flanked by kin on his right. Blood spurts from the hands of a scalped captive who raises them before King Yaha, Shan Muan. Pentimento under the elbow reveals the artist's process. Stucco painting of a man in a bird suit. Structure A. Kakachla wears a full bird suit from headdress to wings to feet. We're talking Dracons in America, land of the feathered serpent. Jaguar-clad warriors take on befeathered warriors with Maya profiles, driving them to the ground. Entrails pour from the chests of the defeated. One Maya warrior pulls an arrow from his cheek, while another holds a broken arrow, Kakachla. Again, we're talking fierce, violent person, male or female, as this man or woman is a dragon. You can't make this up, man. It's simple and plain. Connect the dots. We're just staying in check, searching for the Melchizedek. Let me know what y'all think. All praises to the most highest of hosts. Allow.